Axe ban. Yeah, I think you ban the axe. Yeah, that's an axe.
That looks like a beast.
Yeah, it's a Beastmaster and an axe ban.
It's a Beastmaster, isn't it?
Beastmaster. I could just Abaddon.
Abaddon? Yeah.
Abaddon?
No, there's.
Yeah, they first picked Abaddon, boys.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Second phase.
I
mean, like the first two, but it's the Doom was first pick, right?
First pick Abaddon, boys. Here we go.
So
there we go. So it's a Beastmaster Axe. Team Spirit. This is classic
I
Goblet.
didn't move at all. It's you.
This is classic Goblet Dota. This is something you used to do long ago. I think it's 3 years ago. About Goblet used to run the Abaddon Slardar, and also sometimes together with the Furion there was a Dazzle somewhere in there, and sometimes a Wind Ranger. It could be a Weaver. It could be a TA, something like that.
Weavers, yeah. I can see.
Yeah, Weaver ban.
Yeah.
They even did like some. I think Viper too.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
This
But-
is Goblet going back to his roots.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. It's good and bad. This game, he kind of picked it up because he wanted to counter the Doom. He wants to make sure that you have a lot of sustain for when somebody's Doom. It also kind of forces the Doom to sometimes Doom the Abaddon, so he's not able to have all that sustain in team fights. But it makes your lanes very weak, and that's why you normally don't see Abaddons or Omni Knights in pro play, is because you can punish it, and because they have the Darkseer now. We could see the same situation as like where we saw last time. Morphling, you couldn't go against it. Now you have the potential Darkseer getting a lot from this off lane, so I have to see how it works though.
Yeah, I think PBD felt like the Darkseer worked out really well. It's like one of those heroes, like you saw Bobo could actually pressure the off lane quite a lot last game, and I think they're gonna look to do the same thing up against these two melee heroes. I'm not necessarily sure the Slardar is actually gonna be in the safe lane, but the Abaddon is probably going to be there, and so pressuring that safe lane is gonna be quite easy for the Darkseer, assuming one of those two heroes there. So, and also just Doom, just a standard here that EG like to run. I'm assuming there's gonna be a Fear jungle Doom.
Yeah. I kind of like Spirit's opening. It's like, you know, something didn't work this patch. We are gonna forget about the patch at all, and we're just gonna draft what what I like.
They have to make sure they don't lose all their lanes. That is my biggest fear. We saw Team Spirit, like they just can't lose every single lane against EG when they're playing a greedy lineup. Like they're playing a super greedy lineup with the Doom. We expected to go jungle for Fear and Darkseer off lane, so they have to win their lanes for Team Spirit. I think we normally don't. Most people don't like Oracle, but against the Doom and a Darkseer, I could see Team Spirit picking up the Oracle.
I would much rather, see
Dazzle.
this. Yeah. And this is what I said
Another healer.
The Dazzle, I feel like, is just a much better solution at dealing with the Darkseer. I mean, we've seen this, people pick up the Oracle to kind of counter that Iron Shell from the Darkseer. And yeah, it's cute in the lane and all, but the win rate for the Oracle versus Darkseer it's quite low for the Oracle, actually, in the matchup.
New hero, boys.
Oh, I really like this because for me,
This is
it's like you see a Slardar and a Dazzle, you're thinking, okay, Sven's gonna get picked up to counter the armor. What's your armor now?
But you still get pretty good armor.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
but
get,
you get the armor.
Because it's not.
You get armor because.
But it's first
still get the
gonna be
armor.
to...
But then they have the Weave
They have
and
what?
they have the
They had the
Slardar.
Weave.
So
Yeah,
where
Well,
yeah.
then the Weaver, okay,
She
Weaver
was
started
right.
up. Yeah,
What?
she was right in
You
that
got the
sense.
Elder Titan and the Slardar and the Dazzle.
It's true. Okay.
So the
I
Sven,
thought you were
it's
just talking
kinda-
about the Elder Titan. That's why I was worried.
No.
Well, actually,
Talking
having
about the whole
the Sven
team,
is
we're good.
very helpful though, because that's where you're trying to, buff up heroes to have it. I mean, like we're talking about, the Dazzle plus the Slardar now with the Amplify, it's going to help reduce that Warcry. The Warcry is a good counter to the Elder Titan just because you have it. Also, Vlad's for the Doom, AC potentially for Sven. So they have a lot of ways going into this game to really counter. It just looks like Evil Genius was saying, like,
Casual
we
bucklers.
can win. Yeah, casual bucklers even. We can win team fights. And that's what they're trying to do. But Team Spirit are like, okay, we know what EG want to do. They want a team fight. They want to wombo combo us. What do? We get a lot of sustain, and we get a lot of counterplay now with the Elder Titan.
Yeah, they position themselves. The Slardar kind of jumps in. They kind of break the team fight with the Elder Titan. I just want to finish my point with the Dazzle is that against the Darkseer, you kind of just run into the creep wave and you heal the creep wave so that all the creeps die. And, the Iron Shell doesn't matter as much anymore. But yeah, Team Spirit, they want to kind of just split up the fight. Keep, like Ryo just said, the sustain with the Abaddon, the Dazzle, obviously. Slardar jumping in, follow up with the team, like with the Elder Titan, and kind of just go from there. And they have some serious physical damage, like with all of that reduction.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
you want to give your final thoughts before you run over? Because we're already
I'm wondering if EG are going to try and get themselves the Sumail Puck again here. I mean, silencing some of these backliners off on the side of Team Spirit, that's going to be really huge.
I think Puck would be a great pick for Evil Geniuses. For sure, the silence is very good against
I guess
the Abaddon. Yeah.
Potentially something like could be a Zeus, but
for
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, for Samael.
I think you need to run, don't you?
Oh, we're fine.
We should
actually
probably.
pretty speedy.
Yeah, we're you know,
We'll
we're
get
fast running.
We're fine.
Okay.
Wind Ranger for Simone?
If they trip over and fall.
Wind Ranger I would like to see for Team Spirit. I think the Slardar together with the Wind Ranger.
Oh, I
and
mean,
also
yeah,
with the
that
Dazzle,
would be really good.
Abaddon is a great combo.
It looks like they're going to be running dual lanes too, like something maybe like Dazzle Slardar in the safe lane, maybe Elder Titan Abaddon.
What about just doing a Quasi-Exort Invoker for Iceberg?
No, I think they need another physical DPS.
No, for Iceberg,
though.
potentially that could work.
You want Quasi-Exort Invoker?
Quasi-X could work potentially for.
Don't you like damage? That's right, you said. Physical damage.
I mean, I would prefer the Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
But I think potentially as a replacement, like as a substitute, Invoker could work. Quasi-X, you can kind of disrupt some of the Evil Geniuses heroes. You could go for an Orchid, silence up maybe the Winter Wyvern before he gets stuff up.
What about going the Iceberg Ember Spirit?
I don't think it necessarily fits in this draft because
I think it might be hard to pull that off.
Because in this draft you're like saying, okay, we're going heavy physical right clicks. Ember Spirit's kind of nice in their draft for kiting purposes. That's what like Team Spirit have really going for you, kiting a lot in these team fights. But I don't necessarily think they want to have that. I think they want to have some. Wind Ranger is the best band. So now they have to think for Team Spirit.
I don't think it's out of the question that they picked the Ember, but I think it's going to be could be Invoker, could be Ember Spirit, could be I guess a few others.
Well, what's
I'm interested to see what EG actually picks up. If it's going to be like a Zeus or
probably like TA again.
I would like to see actually something like
Samael TA could be good.
I want to see a Tinker actually.
A Tinker.
Just give me Tinker.
I want to see Samael Pugner.
It's gonna be a Brewmaster.
All right.
Now please.
With that, we're gonna
remove your headsets.
We've got ages.
No, you don't.
We've got ages.
Nope.
Team Spirit. Hey, what about Team Spirit picking up Sniper? Bringing it back into the meta. Let's go.
Do it. Go.
Do it, Sniper. Let's go.
Sorry.
Sniper. Give us an hour and 20-minute long game.
Oh, come on. Night Stalker.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody would have guessed that. And it is
No.
a melee hero. Why Night Stalker?
Well, Night Stalker because I feel like they're just all in on this early game aggression here. They have to. They can't really pick a TA. It's nice with their lineup, but it just gets absolutely demolished by Darkseer Doom. Night Stalker's gonna help out a lot when they're putting aggression around the map. With that Ags, if he's able to get it really fast, if Team Spirit can win team fights early, they're gonna have a hell of a hard time going high ground against this Evil Genius lineup. So they have to be ahead like 20, 25K.
Okay.
So I think EG are gonna win this game. 38 minutes and 43 seconds.
Writing it down. 38, 43. Sure.
Maybe one day we'll be right. That's the dream. One day.
You were very close earlier today. It was like 30 or 40 seconds off or something. Was it not?
Well, it was for the other team. That's why I was saying.
Oh yeah, it was for the other team. So we are waiting for our commentators to get into position to start commentating game number 3.
First blood's already happened, guys. I'm sorry. We are commentators. Oh, it looks like maybe they're up soon.
I believe we have ourselves a game. Last game of the evening. Elimination match. Loser goes home. Winner moves forward to Elite Wolves. Tomorrow, I believe PyCat and ODPixel are ready for this last match to begin, I think.
Yeah, we're ready. We made it. We're here. We're ready to cast here live from the arena here at the WePlay Season 3 LAN. I'm ODPixel. I'm here with PyCat. And it's going to be the last game of the day. Now, game 3 between the sides of EG and Team Spirit. The losers go home. The winners move forward. Let's get ourselves in. And here we have it. So the final picks indeed. We caught ourselves the brew from Samael. And the closing one from the side of Team Spirit. It's going to be that Iceberg on what looks to be, I guess, that mid lane Night Stalker.
Yeah, the mid lane Night Stalker. We haven't seen this. I haven't seen this in a very, very long time.
No, not at all.
And this is also actually something that Goblik used to run in, I mean, this was way back. This was, you know, some years ago, and it can be quite nice. I like the silence up against the Panda, of course. And he's going to deal a lot of damage with all of that reduction from the Slardar, from the Weave, from the Elder Titan. So that Night Stalker, he's going to hit really, really hard. And with the shield, with the heals, he's also going to be very tanky, so good start here for EG, getting both the bounty rooms, Sven and Doom picking up one each.
I mean, this bottom lane, so Sven dealing with this Elder Titan at bad lane. He's got the backup of PPD. I mean, is this enough for EG to find a decent amount of farm for Aoi down on the bottom? Or is it going to be a tough lane?
I think that they are actually going to be quite fine here. The Elder Titan doesn't have Star Shield or anything, and I think that AOI at level 2, he's just gonna start skilling Cleave. He's gonna max that Cleave, and he's just gonna hit the creeps, and they're kinda gonna, you know, it's gonna hit onto the heroes of Team Spirit, and eventually when PPD gets a few levels, he's gonna be able to harass them quite well, so I think they're gonna be fine.
Top lane Bulba. He was given a bit of a run in there onto the Dazzle and the Slardar as well.
Yeah, I think Bulba is gonna be quite fine in this lane. Like, Darkseer matches up quite well against these heroes. You see, it's like really difficult for Slardar to actually do anything. You see, yeah, he actually has to spam that heal on the creeps so that they can kind of push the wave away. And see, Bulba here, is he caught in the trees? I actually don't think that
they have got a
can they
second
actually
heal.
kill them. Yeah, they do have a heal, but here's Fear.
Oh, indeed, looking to turn it around and always want to fly. Gonna get himself around here in the tree line. The Scorched Earth still ticking him down. The Crush holding Fear back.
Yeah, good save there from Illidan.
That was close.
Uses Mango, but they're quite low now on these two heroes. And this is something EG used to do a lot before with their Doom. They like sending this Doom up to the top lane and kind of just helping that lane out so that they make sure that they win it. And Fear can kind of stick around in the lane, up in that jungle, you know. He can eat some creeps there. He can go in with some shells and with Surge, and yeah. Some nice plays from EG there.
Yeah, the mid lane matchup at the moment, Sumail 9 for 0 against Iceberg's 4 for 0. So the lead is here for Sumail. I mean, I guess this is a matchup that Melee versus Melee, you're expected to win as a Brood Master at least until the nighttime phase? Or what's the deal there?
Yeah, and I also think Sumail went for better items than Iceberg did. He did to go for the double gauntlets, so he's obviously going to go for the urn on that Night Stalker. But Sumail, he has the Star Shield, so he can kind of trade efficient with the Thunderclap, and obviously with that Star Shield.
This rotation from Fear, they'll put a heavy bit of
and
rest.
they actually, this is really good for EG, I think. They forced the Dazzle to TP mid. That means that the Slaughter is going to be alone top against the Darkseer right now, and I don't really know how he's going to be able to deal with that.
No,
it's going to be really difficult. They're going to have to run the Dazzle top
Fear's coming up
right
top
away.
as well. Yeah. And Fear with that Arcane Rune, he's going to have Scorched Earth back up in 12 seconds. He's got enough mana for that and a Satire Blast. And yeah, Slardar realises the wave's actually pushing in, quite fortunately for him, because of the Iron Shells. He gets himself back behind the tower. And
Sumail doubling up the Night Stalker and CS in the mid lane.
Yeah. It's getting better and better here for the Brood. Iceberg certainly struggling. The bottom lane situation, Aoi on the Sven. 9 for 1, so nothing too spectacular in terms of CS. Funny for his Elder Titan, just able to find the same amount of farm. So even trades going on this bottom lane. It's just elsewhere across the map that things are looking pretty good for EG.
Yeah, right now EG are looking to be in quite a nice position. I mean, Bulba getting quite a lot on the off lane. Fear having a decent time with his Doombringer. And in the mid lane, obviously being won by Sumail for now.
Might actually get always want to fly here. So he crushed the whole back Fear, but now he's surged up. Chasing always want to fly. In fact, he might be able to get himself. Oh, no, okay. It's a good TP from Go Black.
Yeah, and another forced rotation here. I feel like Fear is doing a really good job here. He's forced the Dazzle to TP mid once, and now he's also forced the Abaddon to TP top. This means that Phonic is alone on the bottom lane, and he's gonna have to be a bit careful.
Bottom PPD.
Nice Arctic Burn there from PPD, flying away instead of actually just going. If he would have kept running, he would have died to the Night Stalker. I mean, he did see the rotation coming with that ward, and obviously Sumail noticed that the Night Stalker was not mid anymore, so. But still good read from PPD. Also good read now from Phonic, taking the bottom path instead of running through there. Could potentially have died to the Sven.
Sumail just revealing himself onto Iceberg. Godblack is there though, and they'll start to actually move in onto Sumail. He's going to have the silence and the void up. He's going to look to dive as well with the shield, and he might just get away with this one. Moving in, there's the shield pop, and Sumail, he's going to go down. First blood there to the side of Team Spirit. It's a very, very nice dive there at night time from the Night Stalker, and the backup from Go Black with those shield spams.
Yeah, just a good rotation from Goblak actually. Just going in there mid, like Sumail, the nighttime just hit, and Sumail thought he was totally fine. Obviously, he is against Night Stalker alone, but then the Abaddon rotates in with double shields. He can just die the tower, and he's totally fine and just runs down Sumail.
Really, Really good stuff here for the side of Spirit to kick this one off. I mean, so looking at Aoi this game on the Sven, what's the build? Have things kind of changed up this patch in your eyes, or are we still just going to see sticking to the staple here for the Sven?
He's for sure going to go for the Dominator. Yeah. Then I'm curious what he goes for. If he's actually going to go for his Echo Saber, if he's going to go for something like an Armlet and get more armor up against these heroes of Team Spirit. I think at some point in this game you're going to want an AC. The Panda, I think this game he will go for, you know, Shivas at some point, and we're gonna see a Blads, hopefully from the Doom. They're gonna need to get a lot of armor.
Yeah, bottom talking about the Sven, they've come in for a rotation. Iceberg shuts it down with the Crippling Fear, and the smack to the head from Funnica to Stapler. They'll get themselves another one. 2-0 on the board for Spirit, making the most here at this night time as Iceberg looking to go to wherever lane he sees an opening. And that next opening is going to be mid. Coming around with a rotation, being backed up by Goldblack. Samael. He has got that level 6 primal split, but Iceberg, of course, he's got that very tasty silence. 5 seconds of it. If he can play this nicely, they should have a chance.
They see the Observer Ward here on Iceberg, so Samael knows that this is coming. No doubt about that.
In. Yeah, Iceberg wants to just give it a go. They've got the silence, and there we have it. 5 seconds. The question is, do they have the damage to go through it? And they don't. They've got to back up. Fear's coming with a rotation. PPD as well. Splinter Blast flying through. The shield bursting. Fear now backs up. Doesn't want to hang around for too long. Samael still with the split available, but indeed, smart awareness from EG, and this time it's the reaction from their own side, which is going to keep them safe. At least so for the time being. In fact, Samael comes straight back in, and wow, far too much burst there. Samael maybe just underestimating the power that Team Spirit had, and went in for a tickle, and he got a slap right back on him.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of good kills with this Night Stalker. He's having a good time. He's gonna have his urn now. He has Face Boot's urn, and he's up to level 7. And that initial kind of lead Samael had with his CS is now the Night Stalker is quite far ahead on net worth. The one thing I'm a bit surprised about is actually that Illidan is actually doing really well with the slaughter up on this top lane. I thought he would be having a much harder time up against the Darkseer, but he's ahead of the Darkseer, which I'm quite surprised about. Maybe Bulba has been scared of the Night Stalker rotating top there or something, but or Illidan is just playing the lane very well. He has opted to go for the Helm of Iron Will, so he gets some sustain so that he can kind of tank through that Iron Shell damage. And I assume this is going to be an earlier Armlet.
Yeah, I guess he is. Just getting on as ASAP on Slaughter. Elsewhere, we're going to see anyone looking for the plays. Funny, it's going to be able to nab himself a bounty rune. Near my bottom lane, Go Black just soaking up some of the XP. He's very close to finding himself level 6 on the Abaddon. And elsewhere, mid lane is going to be the point of call for EG. They're smoked up. Fear and Bulba. We'll see where they're able to make a play. It looks like they've got eyes set onto that Slardar up top. I mean, at the moment, Slardar sitting around an incredibly low HP. This is some very risky farming here from the man. And I think Illidan realizes he's going to try and sliver away, but little does he know, surprise, the smoke has arrived, and those TPs just in time, and that's going to stop EG and Fear and Bulba going for that one. Very nice TPs, keeping Illidan alive and stopping EG smoking their tracks.
Yeah, EG, actually, they haven't noticed yet. This ward is actually blocking the Ancients, so EG are trying to stack this camp now, but I think that they're soon, maybe on the next pull, if not already, gonna realize that that camp is actually blocked. AOI was actually running in his Ogre creep, so Samael might think that that's what actually blocked the camp from being stacked again, but they're gonna realize that on the next pull. Right now, I feel like everything is kind of just going Team Spirit's way. Illidan is kind of just farming. They have good farm on Iceberg. They're getting the levels on their supports, and even the Elder Titan is actually having a pretty good time.
Caught out. Yeah, they put their knife and they jump straight in, and can they find themselves more here? Samael turning around mid with the primal split, looking for the kill onto Iceberg. Can he get it? Well, with the Satire Blast from Fear on the Doom, he will. They'll get themselves the first kill on the board here. At the same time, top lane Team Spirit going heavy in with the dive. Past the tier 1, looking for PPD. He's got the Amplify on him. One more touch will do it. TP reactions coming through though. Are we going to see any kind of cleanup from Maui? Stormhammer out onto Illidan, but the shield's there, and with the crush. Gotta be careful though, because Fear, he's coming as well. And Fear now chasing Goblack out onto the north. His shell has been put down onto Fear, so he's got that extra dot that's going to start to tick down Goblack. They'll find the kill onto Abaddon. They do manage to punish this one, but it is off the back of just Team Spirit starting to just get very, very aggressive onto the case of EG.
Yeah, very nice bait there from Sumail, getting the Night Stalker to go for the kill and then turning it around with the split. They are going to get that D ward finally on the Ancient, so good for EG. I think, however, this sentry, is it actually here displaced? Is this actually going to just block the camp?
We'll see, and well, meanwhile, bottom, Sumail went for the rune. Illidan, he found the Amplify. PPD is there to try and help them out, but it's not going to be enough. Another kill for Spirit. Another death.
I think this might just be a Roche.
Sumail. Yeah, this is going to be Roche, yeah. Sumail's
with amplified damage, with Dazzle.
This game. 0-3-2.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he is very close to his Blink Dagger. He does have an Arcane Rune. And right now they are going to get the top tower, so he's going to be very close to that. But yeah, definitely having a hard time this game. Up against the Night Stalker with the Silence and so much minus armor and these heals. It's going to be very frustrating to play this Panda. Phonic is actually having a really good game so far. He's close to his mech actually on this Elder Titan, and when they get this mech, they're gonna have the Abaddon. He's now 7. I don't know if he's also going for an Urn actually. Maybe some miscommunication between him and the Night Stalker there. He has double Strength Gauntlet at least. But yeah, they're gonna get that mech. They have the Mana Boots. They're gonna have the Dazzle. He's gonna go for the Medallion. And the Night Stalker, he's closing in on Urn. Slaughter has Night Stalker closing in on the Armlet. And Slaughter already has his, so I feel like they're gonna be ready to just go this nighttime, which comes in 3, 2, 1, night.
See what the plays are. See how much you can do. We've already seen Team Spirit during the nighttime get a lot done against the lineup of EG. EG, I think they will have learned their lesson. See them play a little bit safer potentially. Now we start to clean up some of this Ancient stack. Gold Strength, no messing around for the man. Needs to get that gold into his pocket, into the bank, and he will.
Yeah, and we see Team Spirit, they were just now scouting up this their own hard camp up on the top lane to just see if EG were there, because they're all missing off the map. So they are a bit concerned with where are EG actually on the map right now, and they're kind of just grouped up in the middle as a bunch. AOI was just clearing the Ancients, so he is getting some farm. We can see that on the net worth he is actually ahead of everyone else. And what is he going to buy? He is actually going to go for, once again, it's going to be that Echo Saber. So that is his preferred item of choice.
Alright, I mean, it's interesting to see being picked up this early.
It's a smoke right now from Team Spirit.
Iceberg, if you can get the lead in, if you can drop down a Silence, Fear, he's not aware of this for the time being. There are no pings.
That's a very nice in this room to have.
Oh, Curse, Drop Tot always want to fly. The Dazzle getting beat down, but he still manages to live, and he gets off the ult just in time. This could be exactly what Team Spirit needs to find. This final jump in onto Fear. Fear, Resident Sleeper, slept up there by Phoenix Elder Titan, and he'll lose his life. They'll drop the Doom onto Illidan. Illidan sprinting himself away with the Primal Split, the stun flying through onto the Slider, but they should be able to keep this man alive. Phoenix again stomping down. Owie, he's been silenced up by the man, and he's going to drop. He's just going to drop. The wall came out, but they don't care, Team Spirit. It's a 2-for-1, looking for more. Bulba surging away, Sumail on the retreat as well, and Iceberg ready for the chase down. Here comes the Amplify and Illidan. Let's see how deep they want to dive. Not too deep. Not too deep, not past the tier 2 at least. Team Spirit again, they find it. Eyes onto Fear. Illidan's just going to wander by, saying, hey mate, you doomed me. I look a bit, look, he's fine. He doesn't care. With just the Abandon and with the Dazzle. They've got so many ways to help you live through the Doom.
Yeah, and what started out with a really good Winter Wyvern ult from TPD, the Dazzle actually doesn't end up dying, so Sumail had to go in towards the end of that. He does get the kill on the Dazzle with his Clap and Split, and then he's going on to his next target, but then he sees a Slaughter being very low from the Doom, so he kind of goes for the Slaughter with one boulder toss, and they end up not getting the Elder Titan, who gets a clap off, stunning the Sven, so the Sven does go down.
Oh, Sumail's in trouble. He absolutely is. There's a cold embrace to buy him some sort of protection. Bulba's there as well, looking for the surge out. Iceberg, he's going to have a Void again in a second. Well, he's going to use it, closing in on the man, but oh, the Winter's Curse pulling Iceberg back and getting him to hit onto Illidan. Illidan eyes onto PPD at the same time. Teen Spirit looking to chase Bulba. He's been amplified up. They've managed to get the dazzle though, as Aui's coming in with the God Strength. Illidan is ready to take this fight though against this Sven. He doesn't care about the damage. There's going to be a cold embrace. TP coming through from Fear. Iceberg a little bit low on the mana front, but Aui should still go down. I think he can get one more burst. The crush is going to be off point, and Aui actually duking this out for the time being. He's being ticked down by the urn. Oh no, he's going to live. Oh my goodness, that regen or the unholy aura is not quite enough. Fear trying to offer his kind of services. They're incredibly low on Team Spirit, but Iceberg go black. Have Funnick living for the time being. Funnick, oh, he puts Sumail to sleep, earns up, and he's going to be able to walk off. I mean, Funnick, he's been doing so much in these fights that the control with it, just putting people to sleep with the stomp, that's been insane. And this man, he's 2-0-3.
Yeah, well, both teams just playing there on like the very edge. Sumail trying to keep him alive there with his bottle charges. They're trying to keep AUI alive, but he does end up dropping, but he managed to bait them kind of further in. And you know what's strange? We've only seen one tier 1 tower falling this game, and that's on the top lane from Team Spirit. And we see these dives, they're going like close to the tier 3s, but they're actually not getting any objectives. So Sumail has this Glove of Haste. I assume that it's going to be a Midas because this might be a long game. Fear has opted to go for this buckler. I think we're calling it the puppy build nowadays.
Yeah,
you get a crucial buckler on that Doom, and he might go into that Vlad's later on, and he has the crit aura now, so they're gonna start, you know, being able to fight easier with that. Boba has his mech now. I really think Boba should be able, you know, he should go for the greaves in this game because you need that armor. You need to be able to take off the amp. And it's gonna just help you a lot. All of those aura items, the Shivas, AC, Mech Vlads, etc.
EG wanting to fight. They're coming in, they'll jump in Sumail, but the split, the Doom's been dropped up to always want to fly, and he will go down. The Winter's Curse, and now the wall drop through as well. The mech comes out, but already they've lost themselves a second. There's been a buyback from the Dazzle, trying to come in and trying to salvage this fight, but Aui, he's got the God Strength. The Storm Ammo to Iceberg, the boosted armor not going to be enough to keep this nice dog alive. He's going to try for the TP out, but they've got the stun to cancel it. He's toggling, and he's got the shield as well. Iceberg actually able to live through this. In fact, contemplating going back in it. EG again, Storm Ammo from Aui, holding Goblak back on the sideline. Slada looking to get himself in. He's got the amplified vision on PPD. Aui as well. Teen Spirit, can they close this gap? Slithering forward, crush through as well. PPD is going to be taken down. They've silenced up Fear with the crippling Fear, quite literally. But the Stormhammer again, Aui trying to hold Teen Spirit back from the rest of his team. Fear is continuing to move out, and Scorched Earth's back off cooldown, so he's going to have that boost in movement speed. But Illidan says 1v1 me on the 100 meters, tries to chase him down. Is he going to do it though again? As you said, the towers are still there. The defenses are still good for EG, so they'll be fine as they back up. Some big items coming out. The Blink Dagger now done for Slardar, ready for round 2 when it kicks off. And Echo Saber, indeed, as we saw Aui building to 4, that's now done as well for the man.
Yeah, man, that was such actually great execution on that initial go from EG. You saw they went in, they got the Doom off on the Dazzle before he gets the Grave off. Then they get the Winter Wyvern ult on the other hero, so they actually can't help Dazzle. They get the split off. They managed to take down, I think it was, who was it? Was it Funnick there, I think, in that fight? Funnick did go down there, and then they got the Dazzle, who immediately buys back. And then when the Night Stalker was flying in the air, he comes down. Dazzle manages to get the Grave off on the Night Stalker, so very good buyback there from the Dazzle. He gets the Grave off, so the Night Stalker, he can turn off his armlet, he gets another shield, he toggles his armlet back on with that shield, and he can run out of there, and then they can kind of turn that fight around. And they did end up getting PvD, so it cost them one buyback, and it cost them the Elder Titan, but it could have been way, way worse if the Dazzle hadn't fought back there.
Really could have, looking at how that went for them. Well, as we expect, this is looking fairly close. Net worth-wise, it's pretty much neck and neck. Slightly superior lead in terms of kills, but of course, as we know, that doesn't mean a whole lot at this point of the game. EG is still going to be very equally as confident as the side of Spirit at this point.
I'm curious, actually, I think there's going to be a Veil from Fear.
Okay.
I think he's going for the Veil.
Yeah.
I actually quite like this purchase. They have
Have you kicked out?
My cables are gone.
I'll plug you back in. There
Right.
we go, Pie. Oh!
Okay, I'm back.
There we go, you're back.
Alright, there we go.
Nice
So
and
the
snug.
Veil pickup from Fear, it's gonna give them some armor, and they also have a lot of magic damage actually. They have the Splinter Blast, they have the Panda's Clap, they have the Darkseer with all the spells, they have, okay, it's a level 1 Stormhammer, but still, they have Scorched Earth. So this Veil is gonna do a lot of damage actually to Team Spirit, and also the armor is gonna help Fear, so I really like this pickup.
Top lane, Owie, just trying to keep the pressure on. You can see the sign of Team Spirit really grouping up. I mean, they want to try and go for a 5-on-5. As no reason not to really at this point for them. They can't hit the big combos. Phonic stomping down. Side of EG backing up. PPD, Bulber and Samel keeping themselves away, but you can see Team Spirit. They're coming in hot. They're coming in fast. On the high ground, up the tree, up the stairs. You don't want to be walking up here.
EG are pinging them out
Yeah,
actually.
it's going to be smoke on smoke here. Fear coming up the stairs. Illidan's going to pop him here with the Amplify. Straight in. The Cold Embrace will be there. You're looking at the Stomp from Funny to try and keep the backliners away from the Doom. Ursula coming in onto Fear, and now the Blink forward. The off the Winner's Curse onto Iceberg. This is going to hold the fight back for the time being. And now the wall. Oh, the God Strength as well. The Cleave. Cutting through Spirits, not quite enough to kill them. And again, Funny with these Stomps, holding back the progression from EG. They'll find the Night Stalker. The Stormhammer comes through, but the Yules is there. Up into the air onto Gold Black. The stun flying through from the Primal Split. Owie's going to move forward for the final few chops to try and find a number, but again, always want to fly with his Shallow Grave, keeping this man alive on his Ghost Horse, but Samel running forward. In comes the Big Bad Brew, and Stormhammer to seal the deal from Owie. They will find it, and at the same time, they've got a great bit of momentum here with this creep wave, so we'll see how much EG can do with this push.
These games, I really love watching games like this because it comes down so much to team fight execution. I mean, we see EG there, the Winter's Curse. They do overlap the stun a bit with the Winter's Curse and some of the damage.
Fear, oh Jesus, Fear! Hello! Very lucky to get out. Well, Illidan's ready for round 2. EG were like, right guys, we can't really stick around. Owie, oh, he's been Cold Embrace. Oh, PPD, he left him behind after TI, he's left him behind now. Oh no, PPD will pay for his sins. Oh man, painful deaths there for EG is hanging around just a little bit too long in the mid there, Pike.
Yeah, but all of these fights, it's just like they're fighting so much on the edge and they're all just relying on each other. I mean, we saw the EG fighting there outside their own tier 2. It was some very nice execution there with the Winter Wyvern ult. They kind of just, you know, send in Fear in the beginning. They know that, oh, they're going to go on Fear, waste some spells. They put out the Cold Embrace, and then after that, they think, oh yeah, we can go get him now. Then they turn it around with the Winter's Curse. Now, Team Spirit are going to end up getting this Roche, which is kind of expected since they are on the dire side. They do have the Slardar, they do have the Dazzle, and they have a Medallion, so the Roche goes down really, really fast.
Yeah, they want to fight, but at the same time, we've got the Darkseer with Greaves. And as you were saying earlier, the Greaves is going to be absolutely essential for this game. Here we have it, action time. Fear coming forward. Who's he going to get the Doom on? Doom's Iceberg. Already on the bad lines, but he's got the Aegis. You Doom that target. Owie, the God Strength, looking for Illidan, but look, he's got armor to the left, armor to the right, running away with about 39 armor at the moment. He's got armor coming out his backside, the vacuum, the wall, it's nice, and Samel has actually managed to take down the Slardar. Always want to fly Grave himself, try for the TP, but PBD said, no, I'm going to Winter's Curse you. That's going to secure EG a second kill in this fight. And this rest of Spirit backing off, already TP's top. We're going to see Samel trying to push in that lane as well. Nice sleep. Good night, EG. They'll rest their heads for a little bit of time, but they're back off.
That wall, that's why you see EG Boba. Just managing to kill that Slardar off with that wall, that was really crucial.
Oh! Oh my god!
Did he stop that last attack?
What?
Did he actually stop the last attack?
Why did he not die? What the hell?
I don't know if he... it looked like he stopped the attack or something.
What?
That was really strange.
That was... He just kind of gave him mercy then. Looked him in the eyes like, I'm not going to kill you, Peter.
They both just... Did they both just stop attacking? I don't know if the Abaddon stopped attacking to give this kill to the Night Stalker. I don't know what happened, but...
I mean, crazy
anyways,
things happen at 3 AM.
Yeah, Fear going in, he doomed the Night Stalker, and then they kind of just split up the team, and the team, they were thinking, okay, we have to keep the Night Stalker alive. We're gonna keep healing him. Meanwhile, Illidan is actually just going in, and he's expecting his team to back him up. But they're backing up the Night Stalker, who's doomed. So Illidan, he runs around on his own. He gets really low. He gets out of the fight, and he is up to, you know, quite high HP. Then he toggles back down right as Bulba jumps in with his vacuum and wall combo, actually managing to take out the Slardar, which that was really big for EG. Then we can see on the graph now, I mean, Sumail, he's had this Midas for quite some time now. He has Midas, he has Vlad's, he has Blink Dagger, he has a point boost, he's gonna go for this Axe. And EG are finding quite a lot of farm actually. AUI going for that Blink Dagger. He has the Echo Saber. I'm curious what he's gonna go next. Fear up to a Veil. He has the Buckler. He has a Ice Armor creep. He's sitting at 3+22 armor. So they are actually negating a lot of this minus armor coming out of Team Spirit. This is just a very aura team game oriented game. Both teams going for these, you know, Greaves, the mech. You're gonna see Medallion and a lot of these items.
Iceberg jumped on here by the boys in blue, and he's gone. He's got the Aegis, round 2. Let's see what the answer is going to be from Spirit. The Astro coming through, and they're going to primal it. They're looking to try and control Iceberg. The stun coming through from the Earth iteration. Bulba and Aoi there as well. Aoi jumping on the backline as they've always want to fly. The Echo Saber coming into work there as he'll chop down one. The vacuum the wall onto 3. Guardian Grooves popped as well. EG ready to move forward for more. The Doom on Iceberg. He's got to run. He's got to hide the stun. He's going to get on Illidan. Aoi looking to close in. Is he going to dive this one? He's got the blink. He's going to blink back though. He's got his eyes on Goldblack. Goldblack forces himself down to the south, but the Stormhammer comes through. Goldblack's going to go down. It's going to be the second casualty here for the side. He's going to put to sleep Fear, but still. Phonic, he can hold them back, but he's not keeping his team alive this time. 2 dead on the side of Spirit. EG closing that gap in terms of kills. And this third game, quite like game 2, proving to be a very, very close one and a little bit back and forth. But at this point of the game, it just feels like much more forward for the side of EG.
Yeah, I feel like EG are just kind of out-executing Team Spirit, to be honest. Fear, he has, every single fight, it feels like he's finding the right target to Doom. I don't really know how he's doing it right now because they're actually playing up against the Night Stalker. Sure, that last fight started on daytime, but every single fight, Fear finds a good target to Doom, and whether it's the Night Stalker or the Slardar, he's just making a big difference. And also PPD has been really, really clutch with the Cold Embraces, with this Winter's Curse. Because of the lineup of Team Spirit, they kind of want to run into you, and they gather up, they group up, and he's gotten those multiple hero Winter Curses several times already now.
Team Spirit, I mean, they're not phased at all. They've come over onto EG's half of the map, going to get some nice bit of vision down, as we can see already the second ward still remaining on that high ground. So they've got some good deep vision on the side of EG. Aoi getting himself a little bit more from the Ancients, and he's sitting on a nice, tasty 3.5, well, he's going to reach on 3.78 soon. In the gold bank, you said earlier, maybe...
It's gonna be a BKB. Oh, no. It's gonna be an AC, yeah, okay. Right away.
Yeah,
okay.
I wonder if it'd be the BK being up,
yeah.
But yeah.
EG actually forgot to use their glyph for the tier 1 tower. It is late, so, you know, we forgive them, but, you know...
Come on, lads.
Team Spirit getting their second tier 1 tower at 27 minutes into the game that is quite uncommon.
As you can see the scan there, just around the Dire Ancients. Just going to get the info for EG that there's action going on there, so the space will be created for them to put the pressure onto the tier 2.
Oh, and they
At the
don't
same
see
time,
Sumail.
the wraparounds coming in. They'll look to lock in onto PPD first. Illidan jumps in with the crush, the amplifies out, but Fear. Doom's Iceberg holds him on the back, and Aoi jumps forward. They've lost PPD on the Wyvern. The Earth Split coming through is not going to catch Aoi. Aoi still trying to fight the vacuum. The wall from Bulba onto 3. Phonic on the run to the left, Goldblack on the run to the right. They're going to chase down Phonic here, blinking in. Echo Saber 1-2, give it a chop through. Aoi's going to find it. Ends up in a 1-for-1. Team Spirit contemplating maybe trying to jump back in on the back. They've got the vision onto Aoi with the Amplify. Aoi blinks out. Still the 4 members of EG grouping up together. Illidan, is he going to make a jump for it? Who's he going to make a jump for? He's looking at Bulba, the pings were made. Bulba's going to look for the Dukes, blinks out. No, but they got him. The foresight is there from Illidan, jumps in. They'll find Bulba eventually.
Yeah, he did see him through the Axe Night Stalker.
Yeah,
so, yeah, but still, EG, I feel like Bulba is actually, he's the big He's the big man in this game.
been
Every single fight,
every
he's just
vacuum.
turning it around. It seems like every time EG looks like they're in a really tough spot. Actually, PPD has done it a couple times, but I feel like bo3 has really stepped up now. And in these fights, every time it's looking kind of, you know, bleak for EG. They're going in, they're getting gone on. And then bo3 just out of nowhere, he comes up with these vacuum walls and kind of just turns the fight around. It's like 2-3 man vacuum walls every single time. And it's very key for EG.
It is.
And now
absolutely.
Sumail, he is going to have that level 16 Axe on Panda. And there's an AC flying out on the Sven, so I feel like EG, on the next daytime, I feel like they're really gonna, you know, try to get something done. And also, important to point out, in that last fight, we did Sumail, he started out that fight with an Invis. So Team Spirit were coming into the fight thinking, yeah, we just got our eggs on Night Stalker, we're gonna see everything, you guys are not gonna be able to surprise us anymore. And Sumail actually has an Invis rune, so I think that played a quite key part in that last fight.
Good Spirit again with these movements coming round into EG's half of the map. Always want to fly.
Yeah, this time around it's gonna be Team Spirit with the Invis rune.
Yeah, let's see what they can achieve with it. Let's see what they can do. Sumail coming forward, look at the sleep through, holding Fear back. She's going to walk back, but Sumail jumps in, Primal splits as well. Funnick getting doomed up, and they're going to focus their attention towards taking down this man with the shallow grave. Comes out in time, buying some space for the rest of the team to get away as EG have to lock down onto Funnick and finish that one off. The question is, can they find more? They get the stun onto Goldblack. Illidan jumping in with a crush onto 2, trying to save the Abaddon, and he will do so. The space will be created, but at the same time, Iceberg's been found on the back. Winter's Curse coming out to Iceberg. Illidan did get the BKB out on time, amplifying up some of the members of EG, but there again the vacuum onto 3, the wall's been dropped down as well. Owie trying to come in, trying to get the angle for the cleave, tying them all up. They've got a fair bit of armor to punch through. Stormham onto Illidan, Owie and PPD. The boys look to finish off this Slardar, but the help from Iceberg is there. He'll put the crippling fear down onto Owie so he can't continue to get the punches. At the same time in the river, EG's looking to finish off this Dazzle, and they should finally get it, and they do. Owie now on a killing spree. Look at the Arctic Burn slow onto Iceberg, chasing him to the high ground. Coldblack's there as well in the retreat, forces away, but Sumail's there with the blink. Is he going to go for that one? Turning his attention back towards Iceberg's Night Stalker. bo3 and PPD hanging around as well, but Iceberg fairly tanky. The grease of pop by bo3 to remove the amplify. Sumail won't be wanting getting the crits through the sleep onto bo3, but PPD with the cold embrace going to make it half Iceberg to finish off this target. At the same time, Owie, he's finished off a second fight. Slardar, Funnick's now turning up into the fight, coming in with the punches onto Sumail, who's been crippling feared up, but again bo3 with the 3-man vacuum, bringing them back, allowing Sumail to blink out of this one. He gets himself out with the Drunken Haze. Can he survive against Goldblack? Goldblack, he finally get the touch through, and now Owie, he's got the concentrate back up again. He's going to find one. Now he's chasing down Funnick. Fear's there as well. Funnick, he's going to look to try and put him to sleep, and he'll catch out Owie, but Fear jukes it out to the side. bo3 blinks back in. There's going to be a TP coming in from the Dazzle. Always want to fly. He's going to look for the save. Can he get off in time? He will. He'll keep Funnick alive for the time being, but EG, they're still looking to fight to finish him off. Funnick, he gets the sleep off, but he's going to be sleeping with the roses, with the fishes. He's down. bo3 now on a killing spree. Always want to fly. He's being chased down by Fear. The rest of EG coming around the corner. bo3's there as well. bo3's not done. bo3 shows no mercy. He blinks forward. Body blocking up. Fly. He'll try and heal. He's got a grave. He's not got a TP though. This man's not getting himself out. And EG going to take down another one now with bo3 dominating on this Darkseer. 20-17. They'll look to break the base. Illidan's trying to do what he can to hold it. Fortification has come out, but it's just himself. Goldblack as well is around. Fear just watching eyes onto the Slardar, making sure that Illidan doesn't try and make a jump in. They've taken down the tier 3 EG. They're going to be looking to find the racks as well. They're going to have the Night Stalker back up, but it doesn't look like they can do anything at this point. Iceberg, eyes onto Owie, just popping out the void, trying to slow this down, but Owie doesn't care at this point. They need the full 5-man if they want to try and do something. Iceberg summons the nighttime. Fear, he'll look to go onto Illidan, but Illidan gets the crush out, and again, PPD with the Winter's Curse. bo3 with the vacuum, the wall onto 2 and Owie, coming in out with the Ghost Strike, but the void's been down on him. He's going to start to miss. bo3 comes in with the punches. Owie, he's falling low. He's going to go down. They've lost Owie now for 70 seconds. Fear, Infernal Blade onto Funnick. Funnick, is he going to go? He gets to sleep off again. He'll walk away in the shallow grave, keeping Funnick alive. PPD being chased out by Iceberg. The Spirit gets thrown out by Funnick. Will take down a PPD here on the Wyvern of Fear. Being left alone in the middle of it all. He's got the Crimson Guard with the Weave Heal coming through as well. They'll get the bashes. Illidan, he gets the crush down. Fear, he's gone. They'll clean up a Flood, and Team Spirit are holding the base here. Shallow grave from always want to fly. Illidan's going to be fine for the time being. He's got the armlet to put back on, and they might just get Sumail. Blinks himself away after the primal split. Over, he gets himself out to the south. Sumail continues to run to the left, but no, the blink fall from Illidan. The crush is down. He needs more help. He needs more backup. Iceberg, Funnick, always want to fly. Goldblack, the full 4th man are there, and they'll take down a 4th. EG from wiping Spirit back into losing 4.
Hey man.
Spirit hold on there, and they do it
Don't
by.
forget to breathe, dude. You know, breathing is important.
Defending
Alright,
your base is important as well, and they keep the melee racks up by.
Man, where do I begin with that fight?
That fight.
That was like, I think that was like 5 or 6 vacuums or something. I think it was 8 graves coming out of that Dazzle, saving pretty much every single hero. Like, there was no way they should win that fight, but that Dazzle creates so many heroes. I don't even. I mean, I lost count after a while.
I mean, it was EG's fight, and then they turns around, and T-Spirit suddenly take it back, and they're going to get Roche out.
That fight started actually outside the Roche pit. So you know that, right? That fight started outside the Roche pit and went on all the way up to the base. Now Team Spirit are going to get the Roche, but yeah, so what happened in that fight initially was that the Boba's vacuum wall outside, down by the rune, it turned the fight, and also it gave them an illusion of the Night Stalker, so we had that vision from the Night Stalker, also with the gem, so they could see most of that fight, which made the fight a lot easier for them. And then after that, Boba just kept on making some very crucial vacuums. The Dazzle kept saving people. I feel like this game is kind of like, it's all wanna fly versus Boba. Who can do the most, you know, who can save the most people.
It really is. It's some great kind of full-on fight things. Stuff happening in this game. Right, and it's still hard to tell. I mean, 20 to 21, 36 minutes in. EG managed to dent the base a little bit of Spirit, taking the range racks, but they didn't get that melee racks that they would have loved to. So Spirit certainly still totally in this one. It's a very, very close one. And of course, rightfully so. Both teams finding their all here. The loser going home. The winner will move forward to compete again in this tournament. Now, he's blocking this one off at the same time. They're ready to fight, Team Spirit. Got the weave, taking their armor up, preparing for an engagement and blink in. Illidan is caught out there. Amplify as well, but Sumail jumps back in return. Primal Split coming through. Who's he going to focus his attentions towards? It's going to be Illidan, looking to go to the east here onto the Slardar, but at the same time, it looks like EG is saying, get yourselves out. They don't want to stick around, and indeed, he'll start to move back the Earth Primal Split. Illidan might be able to find it off the back. There's going to be the stunters try and stop Illidan from getting the blink through it, because they're chasing down Sumail. Sumail, he'll get the blink out to the south. Moving in, Illidan, who's he going to find? He's got vision, eyes onto PPD, blinks in. There's the crush, PPD did get off the Arctic Burn. He's going to try and flap himself away. He's got the Cold Embrace to try and waste some of the time here. Greaves come out, Iceberg on the sideline, but now Owie jumps in. Stormhammer, got strength, chopping away at Funny, but always want to fly. He's got the save, the Shallow Grave is there. Illidan crushing out onto Fear. Owie, Sumail, Bulba, and the boys moving forward. Gold Black, he's got the ornament, he's going to be fine, not the right target for Owie. He's got to back up, there's the vacuum. The wall again onto 3. Bulba blinks out just in time with the crush. It's out onto Owie, always want to fly. Iceberg, they can't go back in because the ice, the Cold Embrace is there. Healing up Howie, the Doom's being dropped onto Gold Black, and now it's Team Spirit. They're on the retreat. The shortest smoke in the lifetime of EG just so they can try and close this gap. Stormhammer down onto Gold Black, they'll take down the Abaddon. The first and potentially only casualty of this fight. Always want to fly, heads into the tree. Looked for the TP out and he'll find it. Iceberg heads up to the north and so does Illidan as well. They'll get themselves away Sumail. He's going to blink forward, he's not done yet. He's still looking for the chase. Illidan comes back and says, no, stay back. Crush onto 2, that'll allow him to get himself as well as of course the Night Stalker back to base. At 21-21 it is closer, and all of that fighting and just an Abaddon going down by.
Man, I feel like this game, it's like 1 in 1,000 games that conveys how much of a team game Dota actually is. You can just see like all of these plays coming out from both these teams. It's like they're both, you know, Team Spirit are going in with their Slardar, Blink, Crush. The Panda, he goes in with the spells, and people just keep getting saved, you know. The Abaddon saving people. We've seen PPD, I don't know how many times he's saved people with his Cold Embrace. He's baiting out the BKBs from the Slardar. He kind of, you know, he's saving people. We see the Warcry from AUI save a bunch of people. Bulba is, you know, blinking away from these Slardar stuns, you know, key moments. And we see these fights go on for like a minute, and at the end of it, it's one Abaddon actually going down.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to be the team that comes out on top. I mean, maybe I'm looking at this span. He is, of course, going to scale, getting scarier and scarier. He's got the Daedalus suddenly now fully picked up on Owie. I mean, the next fight is going to be a hell of a lot harder for the side of Spirit. I mean, they've certainly got the armor to back them up, but Owie's certainly going to be able to chop through it. And we'll see who's going to be jumped on Go Black. The front of this one at the moment. And of course, you've got to remember he's got this axe, so that redirects how much of the damage from each of 50%. Remember, in these team fights. Being redirected, that's been soaked up by himself. And I think we are seeing that. That's one of the factors that's really negating a lot of the damage being done.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just redirecting 50% of the damage that all of your allies are actually taking to you. That means, I mean, you will always be full HP. Yeah, of course. And your allies are taking 50% less.
And what's the duration?
That's like having an enrage.
It's 7. Well, he's only got it.
He's soon going to be level 7, so then it's going to be. I mean, he's soon going to be level 16, so it's going to be 7 seconds. Yeah.
That's nice.
It is very, very nice. And on top of that, they have the Grave, they have the Weave, they have the Heal, they have the Greaves. Weave and Grieve and Heal and, you know, Heal and Shield and whatever, you know. Armor. Armor is the name of the game in this game.
BKB now done for Iceberg as well, so he's going to be even harder to take down. Alright. Let's see these battles. Been absolutely huge, absolutely epic. Eyes onto Illidan, but they know that it's hard for them to make a jump. Aegis is now going to be reclaimed.
You see Illidan, he's gonna go for an AC of his own. We've seen this Sven pick up his AC quite long ago. He now has his Daedalus. He has actually opted not to go for a BKB on the Sven, and I kind of like this in this game. Sure, they have the Crippling Fear, and you know some of the armor is kind of hurting him, but I think just getting this a lot of damage and armor is good
Smoke
for
from
him.
Spirit. They're looking for the wraparound. Nighttime going to be summoned by Iceberg Funnick. Sets in the Astral. Starts to move forward. Illidan gets the crush onto Owie. The Doom's actually been dropped onto Gold Black. Owie with the Storm Arm onto Iceberg. But BKB's coming out from Illidan and the Iceberg. They're trying to find PPD. He's trying to fly himself into the sidelines. There's going to be the Earth Split coming through onto Owie and Bulba. But they've got the armor, they've got the heals. Crimson Guard coming out from Fear. Illidan falling over again. Always want to fly just in time with the Shallow Grave. It's going to keep him alive. The heals as well flying through. Greaves are there for the vacuum. The wall onto 4. But without Owie, there's just not the damage to follow up. They might be able to find Iceberg, but at the same time, Team Spirit are the ones to try and clean up that off the side of EG. Fear looking for the TP, but again, Bunnick gets the Echo Stomp out. He's going to cancel it. Always want to fly coming in as well to try and help him chop down on Fear. He's a bit of a tanky brute. In fact, Fear maybe trying to turn and take down Bunnick, but no, he's stuck in the corner. There's 4 of them moving in on the side of
How
Spirit.
do they get out now? The wall.
Oh,
Run away.
and you're going to clip the Abaddon here, but again, Team Spirit this time quite clearly coming out on top. A 3-for-1 exchange.
They did get the melee barracks though. Top.
They
so
did, yeah.
They did just get that. So I mean, still, I think it's still fine for EG.
Okay.
They're closing in on the Shivas for Sumail, which I feel is gonna help them a lot. I do think that the Doom in that fight kind of was. They used it too early.
He
so
doomed the
Sumail,
Abaddon straight
yeah,
away.
he doomed the Abaddon straight away, which is kind of fine if you can actually jump in at the same time with the Panda and potentially the Darkseer and, you know, get a couple kills. And, you know, had the Sven there as well. But the thing is that Sumail kind of jumped in there. He pops his ult and then he actually cyclones the Doom, the Abaddon. So it was a bit of a wasted Doom in that fight. I would like to see Fear trying to start finding this Dazzle, because this guy, how many targets is this guy gonna save in this game?
Literally just you doing that doesn't.
I'm pretty sure like this has to be some record, some game breaking amount of
Shallow
graves.
Graves that
Yeah.
save heroes from critical. Yeah. Gotta be.
And also, I think another thing that played a big part in that fight was also that they actually did manage to pick up PBD before he could use any of his spells. They killed him because he was silenced by the Night Stalker Crippling Fear. There's an 8-second silence onto PBD. So he couldn't get his Cold Embrace or his ultimate off, and both those targets were BKB'd, so...
Radiance for Sumail.
Radiance
Yeah,
for Sumail.
What's up?
This
I like
is really
it.
interesting.
It's nice with the
Yeah,
Primal Split Lucian.
because, and the Earth Panda is going to keep the Radiance.
Yes.
Also, the miss chance is actually quite nice.
Especially in these kind of team fights, you know, where it is kind of
He
5 heroes
realizes,
just clumping around.
yeah, he realizes he's gonna, you know, this game is gonna go late, so I'm not opposed to this pickup. I would like to see the Shiva still, but maybe we'll get that eventually. So
Look how he's trying to bait. It's like, come at me, come and get me, woo! They're not falling for it.
yeah, and I'm curious if AOI is at some point if he's gonna just replace that Helmet Dominator with either a MKB or a BKB just to be able to deal with that Crippling Fear of the Night Stalker.
Oh, Funnick, here we go, jumping in. They have lost PPD, but there's the crit. There's the crit that they need. They'll find themselves an Elder Titan, so it's 1-for-1 down at the moment in this fight. Illidan with the BKB crush onto 2. Illidan now going to back up, though he's a little bit scared. Iceberg's actually come around from the back, but I think they realize that EG, very, very scary, especially with the God Strength still up on Owie on this Sven. Sumail, he's going to put the Primal. They really want to try and fight Fear. Moving in, chasing down the stun from the Primal. Split Illusion going to catch Iceberg, then vacuum the wall onto 2. Illidan actually jumping back in on this one. Iceberg's going to get taken down though, and that's 2 out of the fight now without buyback. Always want to fly. He does get the Grave out. He's not going to be able to get himself out of this one. The controls there. Bulba on a mega kill streak. And again, these vacuum walls, absolutely huge stuff from the Darkseer, securing these fights here for the side of EG. Illidan lucky to get himself blinked away. Goldblack is there as well, but this time EG hitting onto the base. There's no buyback to the Spirit. This is going to be a serious amount of structural damage done to the Dyer's half of the map. EG, are they going to stick around for more? They found themselves a second full set of racks, and Owie, he wants to try and find himself a kill. Jumps in with the Storm Hammer. Goldblack is there to back up Illidan. In fact, Illidan jumps straight back in, pops the BKB, trying to make a go at this, but there's 4 heroes that are ready to turn down and beat down on him. Illidan, he's looking to chase. The bash coming out is going to hold him back in. Fear turning around. Owie jumps back in with the Storm Hammer. They'll take down Illidan. Bonic, he's the focus next, and Owie, he's got God Strength back off cooldown, chopping down onto Goldblack. One of the tier 4s has already fallen, and now he says, screw the kills. Let's go for the objectives. Let's go for the base. Tier 4's going to drop. Team Spirit still trying their best to defend this one. They can't do it. EG, they've done it. They'll move forward. Team Spirit will go home. But what a series at the end of the day. What a performance. But at the end of the day, as you said, a great showpiece of team play this match. And EG just showing us they're really coming together this LAN as a team.
Yeah, man, I actually don't even mind staying up until 3 AM. If they play games like this, then I actually don't mind.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the most entertaining games I've seen in a really long time. I mean, it's just like a showcase of what you can do in this game, you know? It's just so much back and forth.